Hey, it switched. Oh, it's working pretty good. Oh, good morning, good morning. It's like a little pop up. I had an appointment earlier this morning, so I couldn't go live my normal time. So I figured I got back in time. Hurry up and get one going. Hey, Rebel Canners, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, wait a few minutes, see if anybody pops up in here. Bubble Bibble. Hey, Bubble Bibble. Good to see you. Uh, Actually, not too bad this morning. It's right at the moment it's 64 degrees here in Ohio, so not too bad. Didn't get too cold last night. Not like last week. It was in the low 30s. Ventures in gardening. How you doing this morning? Good to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Let's see. Um, I thought I would start out because I don't have too much set up for the live this morning because I wasn't even going to do live. But thought might as well, you know. Uh, go ahead and do the meme for the day, I guess, and we can probably talk about it too. Where's it at? Is this it? Yeah, there it is. Uh, yeah, this is our wonderful vice president, and this actually did happen. Um, there was people, shouting "Jesus is Lord," and our vice president says, "You guys are at the wrong rally." Because she don't want none of that stuff in on at her rallies, evidently. So I thought I would pop that in there, and yeah, that's about all I can say about that. It used to be a big thing. Like if that happened in the 80s, 90s, she wouldn't be able to go to a rally. She would be booed out. She wouldn't get hardly any votes. But now it's just like, oh well, and that's a shame right there. It really is. Let me go ahead and close that off. And not sure if anybody heard about this that went on early this morning or last night. Um, Very sad news, but let me pop it up there. Oops, what happened? There we go. Yeah, I know. Very, very much. And that's the sad thing about it. It's like, who cares? It's like it's right up in your face now that it's and why are people not, freaking out? Well, not so much freaking out, but it just went in the news and out the news, just like hardly anything. Hey Jennifer, good to see you. How cold is it up there in your neck of the woods there, Jennifer? Hey heroic. But this happened. Uh, oh, 101 didn't go live last night? Huh. I Sundays is my Bible study, so I don't go on. I was on with the Vineyard Chicks, and then after that was Bible study. So um, I wasn't. I didn't even know. I thought he was supposed to go live last night. Okay, something must have came up then. Let me go ahead and put this up here. And this was in East Houston, I do believe. So I'll go ahead and play it here.
And we begin with breaking news on this Sunday. Just east of downtown Houston, a helicopter hitting a radio tower. We launched Sky I-13, and you're looking live right now as they are headed to the scene. Officials say this happened on Engle Key and North Ennis Street just before 8 tonight. And there is still a very active scene 2 hours later. That's where we find our ABC 13 Shannon Ryan live for us tonight. Shannon, what are you seeing? I know you've been talking to some officials and also people there in the neighborhood.
Right, Myra. Well, right now I'm actually standing just a few feet from several people who believe to be family members of at least one person on that helicopter. We're going to give them some privacy as they work through truly unimaginable emotions right now, but they tell me they haven't been able to get answers from the fire department at this time, which is why they approached us asking if we knew anything, if we could help. Now, they did just approach firefighters again. You can see there is a large number of firefighters here. I mean, dozens of firefighters, members of the Houston Police Department. We have seen the Houston fire chief here. The family was told they would actually have to wait for word from the Houston fire chief. Now, I want to show you this video. This was a scene that was seen for miles. It spanned several blocks, actually. So we were a few blocks back from where the crash happened, and we still saw debris that smashed cars. Witnesses describe seeing a white light and then hearing a loud noise. That entire field, this was a field with a radio tower in it. It's believed that helicopter hit that radio tower, erupting in flames. This is what some of those witnesses had to say.
I feel nervous and scared because I've never been in something like this, and I didn't know how to react whenever it happened at the moment.
In my opinion, when I experienced back in 2001, it looked just like that. I'm sorry, 9/11, because I was there, and it looked just like that when I saw the fireball, that flash, that bomb, the fire, everything it was just almost like that's what I thought. The first thing I thought was the airplane, because it looked just it just bring me flashbacks when I saw that.
And shock was the one thing that everybody we spoke with seemed to have in common after witnessing this crash, even just witnessing the aftermath of it. We won't go into details on what they saw, but based on what they described, it appears there is at least one fatality. Again, we are waiting to hear from the Houston Fire Department. You'll also notice that some of the people who spoke on camera with us were wearing masks. That's because the smell was the first thing that hit you. Houston police would later go door to door asking folks to shelter in place, to stay inside their homes because of hazardous gas. At this time, we are still working to learn more about what the neighborhood is being exposed to. Live in the East End, the Second Ward, Shannon Ryan, Myra, sending it back to you.
Yeah, that's very, very sad. Four people, including the child, were no more. I'll put it that way. Again, that was in East Houston this morning. Or, oops, why are you getting back up there? There we go. Yeah, I noticed that. That's they've, and that was, just, and that's what irritates me. That if it's that bad in Houston right now, they're still using air conditionings. So they want you to shelter in place. If it's that bad outside, it's going to be that bad inside. And I know I'm not sure. More than likely, it was the fuel from the helicopter. But yeah, that stuff will actually burn your skin. So being being to where they're telling you to shelter in place and stuff. Uh, yeah, I'm never a fan of that. When we had this thing happening over here in our area where we didn't know what it was at the time, but uh, one of the grain silos blew up, but we didn't know what blew up or anything at the time. So I completely shut off all the air conditioning and ran ran the furnace without running the furnace. It just circulate the air and clean the air out and whatnot. Because you don't know what kind of explosion it was, because we had the train thing um, like 3 months before that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not one to trust officials that come and say, "Oh, it's okay, just stay inside your house, you'll be fine." I've seen too many movies, too many movies. Um, let's see what else we got. Yeah, and I'm surprised What Life didn't send me this, but let me go ahead and put this on the screen here. I found this morning. Ferry dock accident kills 7 in U.S. and this is in the state of Georgia. At least 7 people died and several others were hospitalized when a ferry dock walkway buckled in the U.S. state of Georgia on Saturday. I don't know if anybody's heard about this, but yeah, this is woo. 8 people were hospitalized and 6 of them in critical injuries. Georgia Department of Natural Resources said in a statement, as quoted, a gangway linking an outer dock where people were boarding a ferry with another dock onshore collapsed, sending about 20 people plunging into the Atlantic waters, according to Tyler Jones, a spokesperson of the Georgia Department of Natural Resources. The department um, operates the dock and ferry that carries passengers between the island and the mainland. Jones says the crews, the Coast Guards, and the fire department and others are searching in the water for survivors. He added that the group of engineers and experts would arrive on Sunday to investigate the cause of the disaster. Yeah. So another one of those senseless accidents, I guess you would call it. Hey, Lake, we got Ark in here. B, hey B, Southern Belle, Debbie. I think that's about it. Yeah. But yeah, that's sad news for those who are boarding that. And evidently, uh, a lot of people are this is how they get their mail back and forth, and they lost a lot of mail that was being transferred. I know that doesn't seem like a big deal when there's lives at stake, but I wonder what was, and I don't like going down that rabbit hole, but um, during this time there is early voting and stuff, and I wonder what were in the bags of mail that was coming from the island over. Not saying anything, but yeah, makes you wonder. I'll just put it that way. Makes you wonder. And let me go ahead and put you up. Yeah, and this is Trump just driving down the street. When they know he's come to town, this is what you see. Just because Trump's going to McDonald.
Hello, sir. How you doing? Wealthy guy. There you go. He owns a lot of McDonald's. That's great. Thank you.
He worked longer at McDonald's than Camilla Harris did.
Mr. Trump, what's your favorite thing to order at McDonald's?
I like it all. I like every sense of it, everything. But I do like the French fries while I'm working. I listened to Kamala. She said it was so hot. It was so hot. It was such a tough job. But don't you have a man that's been doing it for many years on the French fries, right? We're going to say we're going to learn how to do it right now. Thank you.
Welcome here.
So President Trump, I have
Like how they all the Secret Service.
exactly
What percentage would that be?
that's going to be a dairy question. What percentage of medium fries?
Yeah, I don't.
I
Yeah,
bet
I
you they
think each
will
location is a little different.
McDonald's up really good before he got there.
He didn't make the iconic.
Look how clean the fryers
And then
are.
once these come up, I'll salt them. I'll make it. I'm asking 2 hands. And then you can go right into here on the left. Yep. Slowly, right here. Slowly, gently
That's
lower it into
right.
the oil. Don't want to burn yourself. Up, down. There you go. And then we're gonna hit our fry timer right here. That one's going good. Now we can drop another one too. So we'll grab one more basket, 2 hands. Yep. We're gonna put it right here.
That'd be the
Lower
left.
slowly into the oil, don't want to burn. Wait, and then we're just gonna hit our fry timer right here.
Right there. Well, that's a good looking group. Hello, everybody. This is not a normal situation, is it? What a good looking family. How did you produce those good looking kids? Oh, they look like the one. They look like the one. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you.
All right, we appreciate all the
Thank you.
this order right here.
Thank you.
We'll have you in Bucks County.
And there'll be no charge. Trump is paying for it. Is that okay?
2024.
Oh, you're going to some extra stuff.
Oh, okay, great.
This is all on Trump.
Oh, hold on.
I'm allowed to do that, right?
Let's check and make sure it's everything you said it would be.
It's better be. It's going to be the best yet. I made it myself.
You're the man. Make America
That's
great.
it. Right. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good time. Have a good time. That's great, isn't it? Okay. We got the salt on it. Never touches the human hand.
Very good. Very
Nice
good.
and full.
Thank you.
Good. It's cute. This is fun. I could do this all day. I wouldn't mind this job. I like this job. I think I might come back and do it again. Thank you. Compliments of Trump, okay?
Yes, thank you. Mr. President, please don't let the United States become Brazil, my native Brazil.
We'll keep it good.
Please, please.
We're going to make it better than ever, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, Mr.
Compliments
President.
of Trump.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you over there.
Oh my God.
Have a good time.
Thank
Nice
you,
to
you
see you.
too.
It's a great franchise. It's a great company, and they've been very, very nice. And you know, if you look at really what's happening, look at the crowd over there. Look how happy everybody is. They're happy because they want hope. They need hope. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're going to give much more than hope.
What does working the fryer tell you about the people of Pennsylvania?
Make it fact.
Mr. President, you actually have worked at McDonald's now versus...
Now I have worked at McDonald's. I've now worked for 15 minutes more than Kamala.
Are you going to put this on your
She
resume?
never worked here.
Why would she lie about something like that?
Will be put on your resume.
Worked at McDonald's.
Why would she lie about that?
Why? Because she's lying, Kamala. It's an amazing business. It's an amazing country. And we're going to make America greater than ever before. We're going to do it.
Are you going to see Aaron Rodgers?
Look at the enthusiasm. I mean, that's thousands of people over there. They go miles back. That's incredible. So, look at that.
Are you going to give Aaron Rodgers?
So what's your lunch order?
Raise the minimum wage, Mr. President.
Pittsburgh game tonight, and we look forward to it. And it should be a good game. And yeah, good team. They have a great coach. Pittsburgh, great coach. And we'll see how it is.
Tell us about getting started in your own career, Mr. President. How did you tell us about those jobs that people take early on to try to make a break and how you did it?
This is a great job to take at the beginning. It requires expertise. I'm going through the French fry stuff. It's a whole.
What have you learned?
Did you learn anything new?
And it requires great expertise, actually.
Well, SMM reporters. Oh boy, I think that's it. There's a little bit more. I think it's all pictures. There we go. There we go. Now, what other candidate do you know that would actually go and work at a McDonald's? I mean, that's great. I mean, most people think, oh, McDonald's, who cares, you know? And he paid for everybody's food that went through. Whatever they ordered, he would pay for it. Yeah. I really got a kick out of that. And this is when he was landing. Now, normally us going to work, we wouldn't take a jet or anything, but to work. But yeah, here we go. And this can be found on Truth Social. Look how well he walked on his feet. Yeah, that was him getting ready to go to work at McDonald's. I get a kick out of that. Oops, I did it again. There we go. Okay. What else we got here? Oh, this was I don't know. I haven't. Oh, there she is. Oops, I was on the wrong one. There she is right there. Yeah, if the regulars want to come up, remember, use your same link, but hit the one that says morning. morning news, and you should pop up here. Yeah, and that's the difference. You can tell when somebody wants America to do better, and then versus somebody that just wants to make money. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't stand McDonald's, so I would probably go to McDonald's just to meet Trump, but that'd be as far as it went. Okay. Let's bring this up here. Evidently, and you got to watch the language here and stuff, but let me go down to the video. I think that'll pretty much sum it up here.
You committed genocide against our people. Give us our land back. Give us what you stole from us. Our bones, our skulls, our babies, our people. You destroyed our land. Give us a treaty. We want a treaty in this country. You are a genocide. This is not your land. This is not your land. You are not
Anybody try to speak up? Sound familiar? And that they think it's funny. Yeah, this was King Charles in the we've got a crazy here. Hey crazy. How's it going? She's making up. Oh, and there's a lake too. Here, let me figure out how to get this thing off of here, and then I have to do this. And I think that one's you. Yeah.
Yep, that's me.
Let's see. I think that's Lake. There we go.
Yep.
Oh, wait. No, that's not like. Oh, we have to find the right lake.
I
Replace
see her. I
picture.
see her. You just gotta find her. There she is.
There we go.
I just wanted to see if I could do it.
Yeah.
It wasn't confusing or anything.
No.
Well, if you don't pay attention to the drop down, sometimes it'll send you to another live or previous live.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the only thing that's confusing.
Like for you? Like confusing for you? Or did I go to the right
for
place?
guest.
Okay.
For the guest. I went to the email that you sent that you would have invited me to be a speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to the one from Wednesday. That said you said morning, so I just found one that said morning.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Yep.
So, what did you guys think about the Trump at McDonald's?
It actually calmed me last night. To actually like settle down and actually go to sleep. It warmed my heart and it gave me hope. And I liked how, I don't know, it just told me like we're all just human no matter what walk of life we're doing. And he's not above anybody else to flip fries and put fries in a container. And not only that, but he also displayed an appreciation for what people
Mhm.
do, even if it is working at McDonald's, flipping burgers and making French fries. It's all hard work. It's
Right.
yeah. It
And it
was
was
just
15 minutes longer than Kamala.
Yeah. Jeff,
yeah.
I can't check my mail. Unfortunately, my Google account got uh, reported as being a spam thing or something or another.
Yeah.
So I have to appeal it, and it'll take 2 days, so I won't be able to check my mail for a couple days.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
been a mess, huh?
It's okay.
Yep. Yep. Shall get through this as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that was an amazing, amazing thing that he did, and good for him that he did
Yep.
it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
And
agree.
when you see all those people, you almost feel like, "Oh boy, we're about ready to have somebody back that's gonna be good for the country." And you
yeah.
get your hopes up, but you know how.
There's no law in this country where now you need an ID for everything to get a license to get you need a license to drive. You need an ID to go show who you are. Some places, I mean, you need like 4 or 5 forms
Oh,
of
yeah.
ID. Everything that American does, even if you don't drive, you get a non-driver's ID, so that way you can go in and go buy, um, um, you know. Anything at the grocery store nowadays, they'll even ID you for certain products at a grocery store.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
but the one
And
thing you
and a
do not
and a
need,
spray paint and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
right?
Certain
The
persons.
one thing that you don't need an ID for is to vote.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it?
Well, it does make perfect sense because what'll happen is that everyone who's been allowed in and who has come who is not an American citizen possibly will be able to do everything that we do and not need an ID,
Mm,
Yep.
if you know what I mean.
yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
And then you get that report that came out that's really scary about how many people, bad people, has come in.
Yeah.
And they have record that they know about. I'll put it that way.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right
And
here
you
in
know it,
upstate.
if it's that, it's probably double it.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
Mhm.
report that came out.
There was a man that lives up in upstate New York, and they're coming through Canada, and his cameras on his home picked it up, but his wife and kids couldn't even go outside because these people were camping, not only traveling through his road and his yard, but they were like literally camping, sitting in his yard.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then 2 people, a man and a woman with a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old in tow, um, got caught here, thankfully. And the children are in protective services, but they committed murder up here in New York,
Mhm.
up here in upstate, and
Yep.
it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
It is.
See you later, Eric.
And what's concerning is that they're coming through Canada through the woodsy areas,
Yeah,
Mhm.
everybody thinks they're just coming through.
the cities.
The
No,
cities or the where the waters run. No, it's
Yeah,
not. Where a river runs. No, they're
they're
coming
coming
through
out
people's
the
backyards.
coast and everything.
Yep.
yeah, yeah. I don't
Well,
know.
last I heard, there was a massive, I don't know, boat convoy, I guess you would call it,
Yeah,
Mhm.
coming from Cuba,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
um, coming over, and they're like, might as well, you know.
Well, when I think of Cuba, I think of Russia. Just saying, that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's what's coming in is just not, illegals. they're illegal, but they have different agendas.
Yep, absolutely.
Right.
Let's see. Oh,
Is
Musk
it
is
nice?
getting hit again.
Who is?
Muskie.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought this was kind of comical to me, but U.S. government is worried that spaceships could hit sharks. Yeah, when they fall in when he does have ones that actually fall into the ocean, um, yeah, evidently they're wanting to put sanctions on him or something that he can't use the ocean for splashdowns and stuff. The thing is, he doesn't use you know ocean like by land. It's an international to where they don't have sanctions for that.
Right.
They can't sanction him because it's not on United States, and it's what it is because he's supporting Trump.
Yeah. Or like if a ship were to come out of the ground out from underneath the ocean or something, just saying.
Yeah.
Of course, that might, need a hat of certain kind.
Yeah. But I just had a giggle over it.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm still here, right?
Yes, you are here.
Yeah.
Okay. I went outside. Usually it
Oh,
kicks me out and I have to turn back around and come back in. And
well, your signal's good though right now.
it's a
Mine,
beautiful day out today. I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
I have about 2 bars on my little thing.
I have a full fan. I'm full fanned.
Now, what I'm going to show is sad, but you don't see stuff like this on the news because everything's hunky dory down in North Carolina still,
Mm,
or
yeah.
everything's good in North Carolina. I'll put it that way. Um, it's not,
No.
and I'm warning everybody ahead of time. This is not a good video, but it's what's going on, and this is in uh, outskirts of Asheville, I do believe.
Smells really bad through here. Like rotting.
And the smell is really, really bad. And you can imagine what the smell is from.
Really bad. Oh shit. Is this for real? Oh, it smells so bad.
This is
I'm gonna go up here.
what everybody thinks.
Ugh.
Everybody thinks this
You
is
guys had to walk away.
still
It's
not a
really
thing down
stinky.
there. Everything's fine now. This North Carolina is going to take years to get anywhere close to being normal. Let me go ahead and remove that.
That's just sad.
There's so much going on there in North Carolina. People have really no idea.
Yeah.
It's very disturbing.
And it's very,
Very.
very hard to get that information out too. So I'll probably end up having to erase that.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you put anything like that out, you're done. I mean, maybe not, but I think so.
Yeah. Um, let me play this. And this is just a street performer, you know, doing some music. Oops. Let me try to get there. We go. And everybody's, having fun listening to him and whatnot. And yeah. If you didn't catch that, I'll go and play it again. She comes by and yanks the keyboard down and whatnot. No reason, just because there's people having fun and she's not, more or less. These guys help him put his stuff back up and everything.
Bro, there's actually no way, bro. No way.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and stop because it gets they start cussing a good bit. I'll leave it at that.
Did you see Bear in the chat?
Yeah, you can come up, Jeff. You just use the same link as before. Just make sure you do the drop down where it says morning news. Hey, Camel Carl, how you doing?
Yeah, I believe it is thousands, Camel.
Oh yeah,
There was over 1,000 just in Florida.
Yeah, they said there were like 2,000 missing.
Yeah.
How long's it been?
Since the first one, since Helene?
Well, no, in North Carolina.
Yeah, that was Helene.
Yeah, 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 at least.
Now, I'm wondering. Is this guy the one who has been delivering my seeds for the seed challenge thing? Doesn't even get out of the truck. He doesn't know how to back up either. That's even worse. I've always been. It doesn't make any difference how much you're getting paid or anything.
You get out of the truck, you take the package, you walk it up to the porch or the stoop or stairs, something, and you place the package in a nice place, not just plop it out the window.
Everybody has cameras now. It's a normal thing for people to have cameras.
Right.
And
Yep. I hope that one got fired.
yeah, hopefully he did. And I've witnessed. I'm sure everybody's witnessed it. Like getting a package or something that gets thrown in your yard, or I've got, probably shouldn't say, I got bushes on the side of my house, and I've had packages end up in them bushes, and I'm like, because every once in a while, if something's supposed to come and it's not there, then I'll actually look in the bushes to see if they just threw it in the bushes.
Mhm. It was probably about 3 going on 4 years ago, probably 3. And we have the cameras, and our couple of neighbors have cameras. And I went out to the street and I was going to help, and it was UPS. And this man got out of his truck yelling at me because I ordered too much stuff at one time. And that if I would just be and take in consideration that he has to bring that all up to this house, it would be a better day for him. And I'm like, wow. I mean, but he was screaming at me, screaming. I was just,
Seriously?
oh yeah, I couldn't believe it.
I would have
I
been
couldn't.
like, dude, I'm paying your paycheck right now, so shush. Give me my
I had a neighbor across the road come out and was like, "Are you okay? What is going on out here?" And I said, "Well, apparently during Christmas time, you're not supposed to order everything at once," which I did not.
Oh,
He goes, "It doesn't matter how much you order. This is his job." He goes, "This is your job. Drop the stuff right here and leave." Yeah, that was a ridiculous day.
what? Oh, she ate your raspberries. Oh boy. Oh.
Oh, yum.
Raspberries
See,
are good.
and
Good stuff.
that's what I tried to put in my kids when they're growing up, because
A lot
when
of
my son first got into football, he was all ready for it and everything, but they have a thing called two a days, and it's you have two practices a day, and that's before school actually started,
Mm-hmm.
and it's rough. It's meant to be rough though,
Mhm.
and I went early to pick him up from practice, and I know how fast he can be. I know how fast he can run and whatnot, and he was just jogging, and I got on to him. I said, um, if you're going to commit to do something, you put 100% in it. You don't go lollygagging around. I said, there's plenty of kids that would love to be in your position to be able to play football or any sports or stuff like that. And even if you have a crappy job, you still put 100% into that, because that's saying what kind of person you are.
Right.
And the next day, he was in front of the line running.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And it's not that I was pushing him to be good in sports, it's pushing him to be a good person.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And sometimes I tell that story, and oh, you shouldn't push your kids to be do that in sports. And I said it had nothing to do with the sports.
No.
Sent a grocery order in. Oh, there's Jeff. Let me add him in a second here.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
She would, and no English. Well, there's no time limit. Like I said, I was supposed to. Um, Let me see if I can find you here. Empty spot. There we go. Place Jeff. There we go. Um,
Hi,
I had
Jeff.
an appointment this morning, so I couldn't do it at 9 o'clock. So I went ahead and got back early. So I said, well, I'll just go ahead and pick one up.
Right. So you can't do any, you can't go into any new emails. That's why we had to go into old emails, right?
Well, no, you see when I put you as a speaker,
Mhm.
you just keep one email, because you
Okay.
have the link is the same all at all times.
Right. But you were saying you couldn't go into your email for a little
Yeah,
while.
I can't
Right.
go into my email for 2 days because Yeah. It's okay though. I don't mind.
Yeah, it's only 2 days.
Yeah.
It'll go by quick,
Yeah.
especially when you're busy doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Hi, Bear. What do we got?
Hello, King.
Hi, Jeff.
Yeah, I didn't know if we could make it big or not. This is what I sent in family and signal,
Mm-hmm.
but it starts out Army veteran found guilty of bowing head in silent prayer over his deceased son.
Guilty of what?
Bowing his head in silent prayer. That's what he was found guilty of over his deceased son.
That's
Yeah, but why is that? That's not a crime, is it?
Well, apparently in England it is.
Evidently,
Oh, it's in England?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, according to the BBC. Yep,
but the
officers.
best,
Yep.
well, see, regardless if it's England or Paris or wherever, if a person wants to bow his head in silent, let him or her do it.
yeah. I want to know what the law is, though, that
Well,
you can't
police
do that.
officers approached him at the time asking, "What is your nature for your prayer?" According to the Christian legal group, and we'll leave that out. A public space protection order was in effect around the facility perimeter at the time of his his prayer. I'll just keep his name out of it as well.
Yeah.
The safe zone was put in place 1 month before his private vigil, and any activity supporting or denouncing certain things. This goes way. It's a British military veteran. Um, mm,
Well, I can
y-
understand if he's. Well, see that, and that's over there, so I don't know their laws.
yeah,
But if
this goes pretty deep into something else. So
yeah.
yeah, if you're in the military, you don't have much rights. I'll put it that way. Uh,
But that was his father who was not in military.
yeah. See, I don't. Like I said, I don't know what their laws over there are, but it really doesn't make sense that you can't pray. Well, it kind of does
Right.
nowadays, but yeah.
Can I share something?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, look.
Let me see.
Because look, I've done a lot of stories about people going outside of a school before. Uh, you still there? Crazy?
Am I still here?
Yeah, you are. You you joined twice there for a second.
I don't know what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, sitting in front of a church or a school and praying that the day goes good and nothing bad happens in the school. Um, how is that a bad thing? Even if you don't believe in it, how can that
We got
be
two of them.
a bad thing?
Yep.
yeah, she's sharing something.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah,
Yep. That's the next town for me.
yeah.
They find him.
That's the day that uh, geez, that's been a while. I think it was last Monday when I put that up there.
Oh, for this one in
Yeah,
Massachusetts.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I said probably close to where Crazy lives.
Yeah. I didn't know. I wasn't. Was I here last week? I might not have been. I don't know. But yeah, it's
Yeah, just for he's gonna get fined $100 a day. Well, at the time, it might be more by now, but and they because they're putting lights up there to block the view of it.
Yeah. So what they're doing,
The city. So they're going to charge him $100 a day for their putting their use of gas and generators and stuff.
yeah.
It's silly.
Let me stop doing that.
Wouldn't that fall under the category of free speech?
Well, it
Even
is.
though you're not talking.
Well, see, there's the thing. The thing is, it is against the law to put anything up on or paint anything or put a sign up on city property.
But it's
The
only
only
for,
problem is that's a projection. It's not
Right.
really up there. So that's their way of dealing with it without dealing with it. So what they did is they have generators running street lights up onto the water tower, and they're charging him for the gas that's being used. So they're charging him $100 a day for that.
yep. Every time they got to go turn on the lights, brighten them up more, use the gas to go get them to go to the site, all this and that. Everything.
Yeah.
It was in
Well, like me.
Hanover, Massachusetts, I think.
Yeah.
Now, like B. Chalmers said, isn't that a public structure?
No.
It's a town structure, so it would be a
Okay.
Yeah.
town property.
You can't go climbing on water towers.
No, and he's not though. He's just projected it right.
It's all fenced off and everything. But
Yep.
that's the thing. He's not going up there. He's
Right.
not hanging a sign or anything. I could see, if he
Mhm.
went up there and hung a Trump sign up there, then
Right.
yeah, he deserves to get in trouble because
So,
that's being on city property.
yep, the town is stuck in a rock and a hard place because he didn't go up and deface property.
Hmm.
It's only projection. But if somebody else projected Harris up there, it would be okay. Because I'll tell you, that's the next town over for me, and a lot of people are very blue around here. It's kind of.
Crazy.
Am I not there anymore?
No, up on the screen. Where is that? Where is that in Mass?
Either Hanson or Hanover. Hanover, I think.
I think it's Hanover. Yeah.
Hanover, yeah, that's the next town for me.
Yeah. Exactly. You can't do, but
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's a projection. So although they are making new laws about that you can't project things on uh build city buildings and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of makes sense because you don't want obscene things on being projected on a city building or something like that because not too long ago in Russia or not in Russia the UK consulate or something like that, somebody put something up on projected onto the building. Yeah.
No, but if somebody did, they probably wouldn't have said anything.
No,
Well,
we know how that goes.
Yeah. Well, this state is a very blue state anyway, so.
But if you allow one thing to be projected up on something
Right.
big like that, then they have to allow all of it. So
You know what? They should just let it happen. Put Harris on the backside where you can't see it.
Well, see that's the thing. It would get to a point to where
Yeah.
there would be all these people projecting these things up on there, and then
Mhm.
they would be trying to block another person out, and they would complain about it. And
No, and I don't think it would have been much of a problem with the townspeople because if you watch the video clip of the townspeople, they were all for
oh
it.
yeah, yeah,
Because in this neighborhood, we have both Trump and Harris people, but we don't bother each other. We don't care. We have signs all over the place. They don't
yeah.
bother anybody around here in this area. I don't know. Everybody's kind of mellow over here, but I've seen some bad places that they get nasty with, but
I think it's kind of genius using a projector.
Yeah. And I'm gonna put
Can
this up
you
here real
imagine
quick.
how?
I
Can
don't
you
know.
imagine how our?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, I was fixing to say, couldn't you imagine how our lifestyle would have been if we would have thought about projecting stuff like that in our youth?
Well, we didn't have that technology back then that would have projected something way up there.
I have a projector. I think I'm going to put that in the front of my house for Halloween, like right across the front of my. Be perfect.
Now, I don't know what
Man,
this. Evidently, about an hour ago, he was live. Trump was, so not sure what he said or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and play it anyway.
I'll be back.
Really nice. I would like to thank some of the people that have come. Senator Ted Budd, who's been so fantastic, a great senator.
Oh, really?
It as well as you do. So thank you for coming, for your understanding, for your love for this country, and we look forward to
just went to live. Okay, so
making what's a great area greater once again. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job. Interestingly, I came actually right after the storm. I'd like you to know that. And I came to North Carolina, but this was so rough, so bad, we couldn't come in. Didn't want to come in, actually, because I wanted you to do what you had to do. I didn't want to be in anybody's way, but we were in North Carolina immediately right after the storm, first one. And I said, you got to let them just work for a little while. And believe it or not, a lot of progress has been made. You look at how it is, hard to believe, but a lot of progress has been made. So it was an honor to be here very early. Thank you very much. Also, along with the senator, who really has been doing fantastically well, I'm proud of him, Representatives Chuck Edwards and Virginia Fox. Okay, where's Chuck? Please.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you, Mr. President. Thanks so much for taking the time to come to Western North Carolina. We've seen other folks do a flyover. It is so heartening to see you here with some dust on your shoes, actually seeing what's taking place. It means so much to the folks here whose lives have been turned upside down, whose homes have been destroyed, whose lost loved ones, whose businesses have been destroyed. We're so incredibly honored that you're going to help keep the emphasis on us rebuilding this beautiful community. For those of you who did not get to see it, I offered, because I also own McDonald's restaurants. I know that you perfected your skills behind the counter a day or so ago, and it was my honor to present President Trump with the French fry certification pin. So, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
That's really nice.
All right.
Thank you very
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Tim Moore is here, your very special House Speaker, and he's been a great friend of mine for a long time. And thank you very much for where are you, Tim?
Thank you, Mr. President.
Come on, say a couple of
Well,
words.
thank you. Well, I'll just say, as the Speaker of the State House, I've not gotten a single call from the White House, but this man and his team have been in touch with us from day one. And Mr. President, I appreciate that, and looking forward to seeing you back in the White House. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Great job. And Shane Hilliard, your wonderful sheriff. Appreciate it, huh? Great job. You've been busy, I guess, a little bit, huh? A little bit busier than you're supposed to be. Thank you, Sheriff. And a friend of ours, Linda McMahon, who's been incredible. She was in charge of the small business group in Washington, and it was actually a big business, and she did incredibly. They told me the other day you were the best there ever was at that, and we appreciate it very much. Great job. Thank you very much, Linda. I also want to thank everyone who supported the GoFundMe. We set it up right after the storm left, almost immediately, and I authorized a lot of people to help, and those affected by Hurricane Helene were badly affected, and nothing can really take really make amends for what happened, especially when it came to the death. The property you're going to end up having bigger and better and nicer and everything, but the death was horrendous. And to date, we raised $8 million, of which $7 million has been distributed to the various charities that are helping you, and the rest is going to go. And if you people have some recommendations, I'd like to have them. We helped Franklin Graham. He's done such a great job. And some of the others that have done a great job. And if you have recommendations, I'd like to have them, because we have more coming and we have more already in the till. So we raised $8 million, which is great. That's contributions from a lot of great people. Okay, but give us those recommendations if you would. I'd like to take them and do it the way you'd like to do. Right? Thank you very much. We've distributed these funds directly to the organizations already. And there's going to be a lot of additional funds coming, I believe. Today, I'm promising the people of this state that when I'm president, if I'm president, I feel better saying that, because you never want to take something like that for granted. I feel actually a little bit better. They always say, oh, please, please, don't say that, sir. Say when. We have to vote, and they have to get out and vote. And we can't have 4 more years of what we've just had. That I can tell you. But I will support and totally complete the rebuilding of every region and town and city that was devastated by the hurricane, and I will slash through every bureaucratic barrier that you're having already and having problems with right now, I understand pretty badly, to help you get back on your feet. And I will personally recruit businesses from all over the world to help restore the prosperity to the region. They'll be moving in. They're going to be a lot of businesses are going to be moving back to our country through the proper use of taxation, incentives, and tariffs, one of the most beautiful words that nobody understands, or very few people understand. He understands it. But we're going to be using tariffs and good, proper taxation, and very importantly, incentives. And we're going to have a lot of people moving back to your state and this region, but your state. They're going to be very interested in North Carolina. We'll stop throwing our money overseas, and we're going to let our country benefit. We're going to put America first. It's time we put America first. We've been helping countries for 50 years. We've been helping them for 50 years, never stops. And when we need help from them, they're not there. So that's the way it is. But it's vital that we not let this hurricane that has taken so much also take your voice. You must get out and vote. The polls are open for early voting every day between now and November 2nd. And, you know, the thing that amazes me most is areas such as this and others where it's so hard to vote. People have lost their homes. They've sometimes lost members of their family. Do you know they've set a record in voting? Can you believe it? I mean, last year, everything was beautiful, perfect, no problem. They beat last year. They beat every record, and presidential records, too. Your voting records have all been beaten. And people, I don't know, I don't even know where they're living. Their house is gone, and they were standing in line ready to vote. So you have amazing people here, Michael, really amazing. One of them is Michael Watley. He was the head of your Republican Party. He was so good and did such a great job. We won the state twice, but he did such a great job. I said, that's the guy I want, because he was very much into stopping the steal. We don't want the steal. We want a fair election, an honest election. And you got it here. He actually hired 603 lawyers. Can you imagine that? And I said, who's that guy? That's the guy I want. And now he heads the whole party, the whole shebang. And now I can blame him if something happens. And I'll say, well, I made a mistake. I'll send him back. But I don't think that's going to happen based on what we're hearing from early returns, which are really phenomenal. The early returns are phenomenal. If you had to relocate because of the storm, you do not have to return to your home county. You can request a ballot for your temporary housing location, but you need to make sure you do it today. Today's your last day. So get out and get that done and vote. But so far, you've really been, I don't have to talk to anybody. They're literally setting records with this kind of devastation. I think it's an amazing tribute. That's an amazing tribute that something like that could happen. So to everyone here in North Carolina, we love you. Together we'll pull it through. we bless you, and God bless you, and God bless America. We're gonna make our nation stronger and better, more beautiful, and a more joyful, to use a phrase from somebody else that doesn't really believe it. But we're going to make it a more joyful place. We're going to do things that nobody thought were possible. We're going to have our country back. We're going to grab our country. We're going to take it back. We're a nation in decline. We're not going to be a nation in decline for much longer, that I can tell you. And we're going to make America great again. Very simple. It's a very simple slogan. It's the greatest movement in the history of our country. We're going to make America great again. I'd like to ask, if I might, Michael Watley to come up and say a few words. He's been working about 29 hours a day, I would say, on average, right? He's been working very hard. And please come up and say a few words, Mike.
Thank you, Mr. President. You know, as a son of Western North Carolina, I was in Watauga County with Samaritan's Purse recently and got a chance to see the devastation that all of these communities have hit. I think it is tremendously important that you are here. I think that you and your focus on making sure that Western North Carolina is not going to be forgotten is absolutely critical. I am so thankful for the thousands upon thousands of volunteers that have come into Western North Carolina to help these families, to help every family here in Western North Carolina. You cannot put words on what a value it is. And the fact that this is a strong community, this is a community of faith, and this is a community of family. And North Carolina, Western North Carolina, is absolutely going to be back. They are going to be stronger than ever. And with your leadership, we will make sure that this part of the state, that this part of the country is never forgotten and will be back again. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
Linda, would you say a few words? Linda McMahon.
Thank you very much. And I'm also a North Carolinian, but I'm from the eastern part of the state. I grew up in New Bern, so we were used to the storms down there. But for this storm to come up, the trajectory that it did into this area was nothing short of just astounding that happened. And I'm so sorry. You know, I had the privilege of a lifetime of serving at the SBA administrator under President Trump, and I can tell you that SBA would have been on the ground with FEMA in this area, working to get people back in their businesses, getting their home loans processed, because we'd want the economy to get back on track. So hopefully you're going to have that service. If you don't have it now, you will. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you.
Do you have any questions, please? Please.
We've heard from several of your Republican colleagues, including Senator Tom Tillis, asking for Congress to reconvene so that more federal funding can be brought to Western North Carolina. Do you expect to ask your colleagues to return to Congress?
Well, I would be in favor of it. Yeah, this is a very unusual situation, and I would be in favor of it. Now, you know, in theory, they're supposed to have it, but they spent a lot of money on bringing illegal migrants, people that came into our country illegally, and taking them in, and all of the money they've spent, numbers that nobody can even believe. So they don't have any money for the people that live here. They got hit by one of the worst storms, possibly the worst storm ever, but one of the worst storms in the history of our country. And it's a shame, because they should have the money. They spent money that I don't believe they're supposed to be spending for that, as you know. So I think it's a disgrace what happened with FEMA, what's happened with their rescue effort. Their rescue effort was almost non-existent. And by the way, I want to thank a man who was really incredible. When I came here, close to here, but not, I couldn't come here because it was not the appropriate thing, as I told you. But I got to know a couple of people from North Carolina, officials that were terrific, doing a very good job, very much involved. And they said, do you know Elon Musk? I said, I happen to know the gentleman. What's your problem? Do you think you could get Starlink? I said, what is Starlink? Explain to me. That was communication. Because as you know, your communication, I see the poles all ripped down all over. You had almost no communication here. And I said, so what do you need? He said, we need Starlink and we can't get it. There's nobody that knows anything about how to get it. So I called Elon, and literally, actually, strange, before I hung up, they called that man that I spoke to. I said, Elon, I just asked you, and we're still on the phone. How'd you do that? So he did. I don't think he wanted to tell me, but it was pretty amazing. And he got it here really in record time. There was some delays that shouldn't have happened on behalf of the federal government, but that was straightened out. But he had Starlink here, and your communications went from non-existent to probably almost better than what it was before. And so I want to thank Elon Musk for having done a great job. He took care of a very important need. Probably saved, Ted, probably saved a lot of lives, because this was really an emergency, and you had it here like almost instantly. It's very hard to get too. It's been pretty popular and it's very hard to get. Thank you.
Mr. President, clearly a lot of people here are looking to you to save them and bring them relief, and what better way than to win the White House in 2 weeks?
Right.
I know that you're happy with early results. Are you satisfied with everything this state is doing the election boards to help these people get to the ballot box? Are you satisfied with it?
Well, I'm not hearing the good things about the governor here like I'm hearing about the governor in Georgia, as an example. I'm hearing the governor in Georgia has done a very good job, and I don't really know the governor here, but I'm not hearing that he's done a very good job. So that's the only thing I can say. And certainly you have all heard the same stories that we all hear, that FEMA has done a very poor job. Our FEMA, when we had a problem, we did record rescues, and what the job that FEMA did under the Trump administration was really incredible. But they had spent, in all fairness to FEMA, they had spent hundreds of millions of dollars doing other things that I don't think bear any relationship to this money. They were not supposed to be spending the money on taking in illegal migrants, maybe so they could vote in the election, because that's a lot of people are saying that's why they're doing it. I don't know. I hope that's not why they're doing it. So they really didn't have any money. They don't have very much money. And now they're saying, can we have a special vote? Let's have a special session. I'm in favor of that, but somebody has to get back to why did they spend hundreds of millions of dollars on something that they were not supposed to be spending it on? Okay.
So are you worried that some people here won't be able to vote?
Look, voting is the least of it right now. They got to vote. They want to vote because it's very important, but they have to survive. That's why I can't believe the early voting. I mean, the early voting is records. I can't, when they told me that, I was shocked. I got a call from Michael Watley. He said, sir, you're not going to believe this, but they're setting records in North Carolina voting. And it's just that they're great people. I mean, they lost their house and they're standing outside voting. So obviously we want them to vote, but we want them to live and survive and be happy and healthy, because this is really a tragedy. It's really something. Yeah.
Is there any, and to that point, is there any concern or specific reasoning that you have to believe at this point in time, 3 weeks in, that the results of the election in North Carolina will not be credible or legitimate because of the storms after?
No, I think in a way it's the opposite. I mean, we're so impressed, and I think they have a pretty good system here. And Michael Watley was responsible to a certain extent, and the new people that took Michael's place, I think, I have not heard any complaints about that. I mean, the amazing thing is they've come from, nobody even knows. Everybody knows them, and it was like they have no home. They stayed in the woods. And I heard cases where they're staying in the woods because they wanted to vote, and then they voted, and then they went wherever they went, and they're going to come back hopefully and rebuild, and hopefully I'll be the one that helps them rebuild, and we'll help them. But no, these are incredible people. Incredible spirit and heart. Very few people, I mean, who would do that? It's a great state.
Do you think
Really
your
great
response maybe helped you politically?
I don't know if it helped. I don't even like to think about it that. I mean, it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. But the fact that they'd come out and vote in record numbers is pretty amazing to me.
Mr. President,
Yes.
if you could speak directly to those voters who lost everything and then went to the polls and voted, what would you say to them?
Well, the first thing I'd say is, we love you, because that's really something special, really. For them to do that, I was surprised. I figured we'd have 50%, 30% of the vote. We had record votes compared to the last elections, last presidential elections even. But compared to any election, and you're reporting on it also. I think you were probably surprised like I was. But I would just say you're special people. These are special people. These are people with heart. These are people that love your state. They love our country. very special people. I would have been, I mean, honestly, I would have been happy if we had 50%. How can it be possible? And these tend to be Trump areas. I mean, not to get too political, but they tend to be very Trump areas. And that the people would come out like that, I think it's a great sign. It's a great sign.
Devastation compared to what you've seen previously?
Well, I've seen some pretty bad devastation. I've seen the tornado devastations, and they're pretty incredible. This is much more spread out, but you would see a line like it was cut by a razor blade of a tornado that went through an area, and it was literally a foot left, it was perfect, and a foot right, it was down to dirt, big trees ripped out and thrown, you know, miles away, the power of the tornado. So I've seen that, but that was a much narrower thing, but you certainly didn't want to be in the way of it. I've seen trailer parks where they were there and very nice, and they were literally, there wasn't a thing left. The pipes were ripped out of the ground. So I've seen some pretty bad ones. I've seen some really bad ones, yeah. One second, please. Well, climate change, you know, we want, as I say, we want crystal clear, beautiful water, and we want clean air, and we had that during the Trump administration, but we also had the best job numbers in the history of our country. We weren't losing jobs. We want, in terms of climate change, because when you look at the rest of the world and you look at China and you look at the fact that they spent no money on climate change, I mean, John Kerry goes over and he speaks to President Xi, and they yes him, and then laugh at him as he leaves, and they do what they're doing. We spend a lot of money in this country, you know. It's a double entendre. But you know what? I'll tell you what. We had the cleanest air on record, and we had the cleanest water on record, and that's very important. And we also had the best economy in the history of our country. So we had everything going well. And yeah, so I'm very much into that, but I really focus on the water and the air. Very important. Yes, ma'am, please.
What is your message to the undecided voters here in North Carolina? What is your message to the undecided voters here in North Carolina?
Independent voters?
Undecided.
Oh, undecided? Well, it's hard to believe you have undecided voters. I do hear about them, but you possibly do. But I think, look, if you believe in what's happening with the polls, if you believe in what's happened, they have a new phenomenon now, we'll call them the betting polls. I don't know if people are gambling on them. I can't imagine that's a proper thing to do, but perhaps they are. But one of them just came out, I guess the big one, we're 63 to 33, something like that. That's a pretty big margin. I don't know if they know what they're doing. I have no idea who they are, but it's a very big poll. They quote it all the time on television. And we're at 63, and they're in the 30s, meaning they, meaning her. But I don't think she's qualified to be running. I really don't. And I think she is a threat to democracy, our democracy, the way they took it away from Biden. And I'm not a fan of Biden, but remember this, he got 14 million votes. She got no votes, and she was, in fact, the first one to quit out of 22 people. And she's running. So, you know, you would call that probably a threat to democracy. But we seem to be doing very well in the polls. Thank you. Yeah, please. Yes. Well, I've gone 52 days without a day off, which all of these people would respect, but they do it the same because they're just like, we're called workers, right? We're workers. For better or worse, we're workers. I don't know if it's the best thing. We didn't have to be. A lot of them didn't have to be. I didn't have to be. I could have been on a beautiful beach, but I'd much rather be right here with you because we're going to turn the country around. Beyond the area, we're going to turn the whole country around. Look, my message is that I've been going full blast. Yesterday, you saw that. We had early in the morning till late in the evening. We left the football game. We went to a McDonald's yesterday. That was quite a stop. That was quite a stop. We had thousands and thousands. They had 25,000 people around circling the building. I wouldn't say that Secret Service was thrilled, but that's the way it is. It was a love fest, though. It was incredible, and it did take off. It took off, and then we did 2 more stops. We did a town hall, big town hall, with Sage and some people, and it was very successful. But no, the McDonald stop was very unique. There's no question about that. They really, I'm sure McDonald's liked it, but it just took off. You know, you never know about life, and you never know what's good, what's bad. You do something that's going to be great, it's okay, and you do something that's supposed to be okay. This was supposed to be a routine stop, and it turned into a monster, but it was a beautiful monster. There was a lot of love. I'll be doing the same thing. I'm going to be campaigning. I have no days off, so I'll be going into the 60s or 70s in terms of no days off. I don't want a day off. We have to win. We have to win. We have to save our country. We have to just make America great again. That's the message, and it's a simple message, and everybody behind me believes in it just as strongly as I do. I know every one of these people, either through who they are or what they do. I know every one of them. They're hardworking people, they're great people, and they love our country and the state. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 more. Yes, please, please.
Arlington, North Carolina, before you spoke with Elon Musk. What's your reaction to that?
I can't hear you. You have to speak louder.
Okay, yeah. Federal officials have said that there were already plans to send Starlinks before you spoke with Elon Musk.
There were already plans to get Starlink. Well, they didn't get it, because all I know is a top official who was working, who happens to be a Republican, was very concerned that they didn't have any communication and they weren't able to get Starlink. And I called Elon, who endorsed me, who gave me one of the most beautiful endorsements of anybody, frankly. And he was, you know, he's celebrating the launch and the landing of the most incredible landing of a rocket that I've ever seen. I called him up. I said, "Is that your rocket?" "Yep." I said, "Can Russia do that?" "Nope. And they won't be able to for a lot of years." And I said, "What about China?" "Nope, they can't do it." "What about the USA outside of you?" "No, they can't do it either." No, he's a unique character, I'll tell you. He's great. He's great. A lot of spirit, and he's certainly a brilliant guy. And we're lucky. But in this case, the Starlink, I've learned a lot about it. It's incredible. You don't need the wires. You don't need digging. You don't need anything. It goes right up to a satellite and comes right back down. And he did a fantastic job. I don't know, maybe they were trying, but certainly he didn't know about it. Nobody knew about it. And, you know, obviously they weren't able to get it.
President Trump, an armed gunman was arrested and charged with making threats against FEMA workers 2 Saturdays ago. FEMA had a safety stand down because of continued credible threats. Is it helping the recovery effort in North Carolina to keep making these claims that FEMA's not doing their job?
Well, I think you have to let people know how they're doing. If they were doing a great job, I think we should say that too, because I think they should be rewarded. But if they're not doing, does that mean that if they're doing a poor job, we're supposed to not say it? These people are entitled to say it. And these are honest people behind us. If FEMA were doing well, they would be saying they did a good job. They're not, for the most part, political people. For the most part, they're not political people. But you've obviously seen nothing but you know, very bad statements coming out about the job that FEMA and this administration has done, having to do with this area, North Carolina as a whole. And by the way, other states also, they're also complaining. But look, a lot of the money is gone. They don't have any money. They have to have a meeting in Washington, a special meeting in Washington to get money. It's all gone. They've spent it on illegal migrants. Many of them are murderers. Many of them are drug dealers. Many of them come out of mental institutions and insane asylums. And many of them are terrorists. And they spent money to bring these people into our country, and they don't have money to take care of the people from North Carolina and other states. So, you know, I think you have to be able to speak. Does that mean let's not talk about it? Because by doing that, they'll do a better job the next time. It's very important. Yeah, one more question.
Mr. President, since Chairman Watley is here, have you, 2 weeks out from the election, have either of you seen any cheating, incidents of cheating, that leads you to believe that this election will not be fair?
Well, I haven't. Unfortunately, I know the other side, and they are not good. But I have not seen. Michael, have you seen anything that looks suspicious? Or we're very early in the process. But.
Yeah, we're very early in the process, and we're tracking across all 50 states right now to make sure that the systems that we want to have in place are in place, and we're very happy with the initial results.
How likely are you to win North Carolina?
Let me ask you, do you think I'll win North Carolina?
You'll win. You'll
I
win.
think so. I think we're going to do good, and we have Lara. So, Lara is a fantastic person, an unbelievably smart person, works with Michael and everybody else, knows everybody here, and she loves this state. They named their daughter Carolina, so that's a pretty good, that's off to, but she's fantastic. So Laura is here, and she's here in the state right now, working in another part of the state. But she loves this place, and she's got a big voice. She's got a big voice, a very smart person, very good person. I want to thank everybody. We're going to another section, as you know, of North Carolina. We're going to do 2 more. And so maybe we'll see you then. But I want to just thank all of the people behind me. They want to get back to work. And thank you all very much. Great. Thank you. Beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much done. But I thought that was interesting. I didn't know that was going to be a thing today. And that was live. So I thought it was already over with when I clicked on it, and then it popped up that it was live.
No, can't get
That,
any news on that.
Huh? Oh, hi, Tobias. Go lay down. You're outside. We're having a August-like weather for this week. How's everybody's weather today?
about the same.
Yeah, we're going to be in the 70s this week. It's the lows that get cold.
Yeah, the nights will still be cold, but our highs will be up to 80 this week.
Hey
Yeah.
everybody
Duh.
that just came in during the little live that was going on
Vesta.
down in North Carolina. I didn't want to say too much.
Yeah.
I did hear Jeff under his breath say something about the governor of North Carolina.
And I stand behind that, what I said too.
It's going to be in the high to mid 70s up here in the Adirondacks with lows of 52 and 48 this week.
Now, President Trump is going to make a few stops in North Carolina today. Asheville was the first.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Asheville. Oh man, and you look behind him. Um, I couldn't help that that cop that was back there looked like he was taking a leak.
Now, I
I
missed
was going
that.
to say something, but I'm like, oh, better not. But it, it looked like he was drawing pictures over there or something because you could see him swaying back and forth. I'm like, I hope he's not taking a leak back there and doesn't realize
Good,
there's a press conference
good
going
thing.
on.
Good thing it wasn't snowing up there.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
today our high is going to be 79.
I mean, although it did get cold in the hill parts of
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina
Yes.
right after the hurricane, and that probably wasn't really good for trying to get survivors out and whatnot.
No.
Well, I tell you, I talked to my grandson last night, and I'm I'm proud of him because him and a bunch of his church friends made a trip to Black Mountain and Asheville last week, dropping off goods and everything. And there was 2 types of people he told me not to give stuff to, and I'm not going to say up on here, so you can take
Yeah,
a little side there. But yeah, and I've got some more clothes that I'm going to give him that they're going to take up there.
yeah. Everybody thinks that everything's hunky dory. Everything's fine now. You got FEMA's down there and they took care of everything.
Well,
That's what's
he,
coming out of, the big news, CNN and ABC and CBS and all those, the big news. But if you go on TikTok or Twitter or whatnot and watch the videos, you see
the truth.
it's going to take years.
Well,
It's
see,
not
my
going to be no
grandson,
weekend and it's everybody's back in their houses and everything.
Bushcraft, it's going to take generations to
Oh yeah.
rebuild the
Mhm.
mountain. Not years, generations.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
my grandson, he said that he's kind of caught up with the news. That's what he thought. He said he got up there. He said the smell. He said,
Oh
and
yeah.
you know, he said you not hearing that or seeing that on TV.
Hmm. And
Plain and simple.
just think of North Carolina has a lot of animals.
Oh yeah,
I'll put
huh?
it that way. There's chicken farms that are no more. And what do you think?
Yep.
All the chickens didn't die, but majority of them, if they're in a building and the
And
building
cattle.
floods, that smell
Well,
the next few days after is not a good smell, let alone other things that die.
if anybody's ever been down past the chicken farm during the summertime, about 80, 90 to 100-degree weather, they know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, probably worse though.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
I
And
got a
that's not the only there's cattle farms, you know, there's I know people that are hauling the big round bales of hay
Yeah,
because they for the animals that survived, there's nothing to
yeah,
feed them because the the floods
it's
took out
gone.
grass and everything else. So
Well,
they had nothing to eat.
not just big round bales of hay. They're going up there with trailer loads of square bales also.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah,
but
I know some people in Kentucky that are bringing up truckloads when they can, when they're allowed to. I guess I'll put it that way.
well, all I'm gonna say is Southeast strong. You know.
Did you guys see private chat? Stop.
No, you put it.
In the group one, not personally. I got a friend out that way, and I haven't been able to hear from him, so I don't know.
Um, I have no idea.
That's where my grandson lives.
Okay, I haven't been
Yeah.
able to get hold of a friend of mine that's in the National Guard, so I don't know if he got called out or and he can't contact anybody, or if he just hasn't had anything going well for him.
It's still communication is horrible.
Yep.
Not there. It ain't.
Okay.
Because that's about maybe an hour from where I live,
Well,
or yeah. But as far as that town, they got some rain, but communications and everything is normal.
well, it depends. Uh, they're not allowed to use regular cell phone
Hmm.
communication. National Guard,
Yep,
the
that I know.
same thing as Army. So that could be an issue why you can't contact somebody in National Guard.
Yep, that could be why that I haven't been able to get a hold of him.
Uh, I would set up a
Oh,
way to where you can contact them with Signal because that's what
Yeah,
the military uses.
I don't see him that he joined on it with his regular cell number, so.
I can't say nothing.
His whole family's out that way too.
I'll talk when we get in the back. What's up?
I never even thought about it. I could get a hold of his cousin who lives in
Oh
Brock.
yeah.
Oh, no, I don't even have comments on that. There we go.
But I don't have. Let me check it. Let's see if I can see it.
Blake, you still up here with us?
I am, Bear. I was just chit chatting with my middle daughter. We're having lunch.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna go to work soon, so I wanted to make sure that she had something in her belly before she got into the out.
See, and I took Telegram off my phone. He was on there too for a while.
Well, hello, Lake
That's a big
Scholar.
no.
No, I know. He's he's done his time for the National Guard, but you know that if there's a national
Oh yeah.
like that, he'll be called back in. And with him being right there, he's already there. So
Jeff said hi, Nicolette.
Hello.
Hi, Nicolette.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Nicolette and Allie sound identical. Have you noticed that?
Oh no, I can't stand in a room and hear them from one room to another, and I'm like, which one is talking to me?
It's like an echo, right?
When Allie's talking, I always think it's Nicolette, and when Nicolette's talking, you should hear them on the phone too. Yeah, they sound.
The other day.
Yeah, it did happen the
Really,
other
I
day.
don't even know which one of you is talking right now, and you were standing literally right in the middle of our rooms.
Yeah. See?
Well, they are related, so.
Oh, that they're only 4 years, 2 months apart.
Just a little bit related, right?
Hey, Chrissy.
Well, for a mother that can't tell them apart, you know they having fun.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be having many more mess with mom days. It's pretty fun.
She's
They
probably
wouldn't do
standing
that.
over there laughing, bobbing her head. Yep, he's right.
We have to have a funny, and you guys already seen this one enough times, but it's still good.
I'll bring it so you can see it.
I don't like that.
Oh my god.
Cutting the eggs.
He's cracking an egg. Okay.
Yeah, what?
Oh shit! You stop that!
She's not happy.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Here we go.
Hey! That was very nice. That was very nice.
Very nice.
I did it to you.
It's so good.
Okay.
I don't like.
So, funny story. I got threatened the other day with Nicolette and Allie that it was time for mom to get taco wrap or cheese slapped. So when making dinner, when I'm not paying attention, they just grab a piece of cheese and slap mom in the face with a piece of cheese.
Oh.
Or the tortilla, soft tortilla shells.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's always like when I'm turning from one counter to the next that they get me with it. So like, I'll be turning and it's like boom.
Because we don't have
You guys should do the challenge
work because you're turning
where you do the rock paper scissors and you have to have water in your mouth and smack each other with the
The
tortilla
rock,
shell.
the rock, paper, scissors with the
Oh,
tortilla and water. I think I might.
oh,
I don't
Yeah.
know. Who
Yeah,
knows?
you drink water and you put it in your mouth to where you hold it, and
Rock,
then
paper,
you
scissors.
rock paper scissors to see which one smacks the other one, and then you smack them
the
with the
one I like,
tortilla shell.
the
My luck,
one
I
I
would
like,
choose water.
yeah, the water
Nicolette, you need
bottle
to
on the
grab
ceiling thing.
Nicolette, you need to go into your mom's phone, grab my phone number, and videotape that when you guys get her with the cheese and the tortilla, and send it to me. I'll make a funny video for you.
Please do, please, please.
I won't put it on the internet. No, no, no. That will just be for us.
I'll just send her your number so
Okay.
that way she knows to do it.
Do it.
It's a long winter.
Which one was laughing the hardest?
Oh, Nicolette?
The one that peed a little bit because they were laughing too hard.
Ah, okay.
Nicolette's laugh is kind of like, I call her my Roseanne Barr. She kind of has one of those sometimes.
I have a laugh that will never be recognized because my laugh is always different.
Yeah, they change. She has many different laughs.
Now, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Nicolette, by chance, when you laugh real hard, you don't snort, do you?
I do.
Depends.
That's mostly Allie, who's the snorter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm a wheezer.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
You ought to get them both together and film both of them while they laughing.
Oh, goodness.
That would be really good.
What they do? They're going to get you with the cheese, so you ought to get them while they laughing.
Hey, that looks almost like the vehicle that drives around in Brockton over here, but they're purple. They have a light purple
Well, I got to mute it because the music
Yeah.
will get me on that one.
I'm going to send you.
That thing's cool. I've seen these before. These are really neat.
Are you serious?
Yeah, look at this.
Oh, yeah. Watch.
I want one.
Want a couple of them. There you go. Ooh,
Look, a front seat and a back seat bed.
Ooh, pretty.
And this part of it too.
I ain't seen this one.
Well, that must be the potty area or the shower.
That must be like
Or
a little
both.
water heater. Yeah, that's like a little heater, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's both if you a male.
I take it she likes pink.
Nah.
Oh, tinted shades too.
Oh.
Look at that.
Damn. I'll take it.
Well, dinner time.
Yeah, I'll take it too.
What?
I have no idea what the heck that is, but
But it looks good.
made a little mess there.
Oh, that's why she had a tray.
Oh,
What?
I don't
Nah, don't even go there.
Ooh, 25% off of Cranberry. Nice. Tobacco and bay leaf.
Boy, that's a nice little camping thing there.
That's a good setup.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll go camping any day of the week with that.
Yeah, I know. Ugh.
Don't have to worry about sleeping on the cold ground at all.
Have a safe trip, B.
Ugh.
B Chairman's got to go into town to get a water filtration.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah. Every time they go by, there's a couple people down the end of the road that have them. I laugh every time they go by too because right now it's okay, but wait till it gets cold. Your car ain't gonna stop, people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, that peanut butter cake sure was good.
Would you say peanut butter cake?
Yes.
Ooh.
Go to YouTube and pull it up. Oh my.
Well.
Tell me about it.
Okay, if I was to make more soap, would you guys want to have tobacco and bay leaf smell?
Tobacco?
Tobacco and bay leaf. Tobacco and candles. Oh my goodness, it smells so good.
Ugh,
No,
No.
I don't think so.
No,
it
no,
doesn't,
no, 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 honey.
doesn't smell like a cigarette. It doesn't. It makes it smell like a campfire. You know how Bed Bath
no,
was it Bed Bath and Beyond? No, Bath and Body Works. They would have the campfire smell.
yeah, it wouldn't. It'd be fine for a smoker, but if you've quit smoking and smell tobacco, it's not a good smell.
No, I don't know. The bay leaf might be all right though.
And here's Roswell. If I don't know if you guys heard about Roswell.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
No.
See what's happening? Yeah.
Flash flood.
Oh,
That's
you
kind of
make
normal though. When you get a big rain, this is what happens out west.
Yep. And they get that periodic, like every now and then.
When
all
you
right, so that is normal for that area.
well, it's
I don't
not
think
normal, but when you get a lot of rain, it just it rushes through pretty quickly.
Like it.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta go get some cake. I'll be back.
Get your little piece, Jeff. Yeah, a doctor Friday.
Yeah. Have to cut the music.
Yep.
I wish people would use uh, unlicensed stuff when they do this, but they never do. They always use the popular music.
Right.
It's fine if you're on X or TikTok, but not YouTube.
So nice out.
Yeah, like even Tucson, and Tucson's pretty far south
You okay?
in Arizona. They have little spots where you drive up uh, where there's a canal or something, or just an outlet for water. And they said if it's raining, don't use this road or don't cross here because it'll be dry as could be, and then all of a sudden, whoosh, here comes a raging river coming down, and it happens that fast. That's why they say don't cross if it's raining. Don't cross, and that's like I think it was uh, a number. I can't remember what it was, but the guy was hiking and he slid down and his hand got stuck under a rock in this uh, ravine, and he was there for so many days, and he actually ended up cutting his hand off to go to get help, and it actually rained, and you could see how fast that water fills up. I forget what the name of that movie was.
Now, was that one of y'all calling me to tell me y'all wanted a piece of Dixie's cake?
Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. And I was gonna finish this off. I don't have anything set up on my um, for the verse for today, but since today is the 21st, um,
21.
this is a good time to talk about Daniel and his 21-day prayer. He had he had a vision, and he prayed and didn't eat or drink any wine or anything for 21 days. And just as he was getting ready to give up, Angel came to him and said that he already heard his prayer and was headed there to talk to him. And Michael had to come in and help him because the Prince of Persia blocked his way. And then he had come, and it took him 21 days to get there. And I always like to keep that in mind when you're praying. Don't give up because you don't get answered, because you never know. The angel coming down to answer your prayer might be busy, or God might be busy with something that you don't know of. So always continue to keep praying.
Amen.
And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll probably see you guys tonight at my normal time. And hopefully I can get back on track. All these appointments and stuff.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for hanging out today. I hope everybody has a blessed day, and
Really
catch you on the next one.
Really quick, fun fact. Don't eat the blue icing on the Carvel ice cream cakes because you will poop blue.
You don't eat yellow smoke.
Yep. Okay.
Everybody have a blessed day. We'll see you later tonight.